Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in this AFK journey video, we're going to run through the early game season 4 guide for the seasonal store. And the reason why I specifically mentioned the early game is because I think this season is full of surprises and there could be a brand new powerhouse moving forward. But I'm not going to sort of speculate because we have to wait until the unlocking of the charms, the early to the mid game to the end game Dream Realm bosses, as well as the upcoming game modes to AFK journey to give a more late game comprehensive breakdown. So for this one, we will be basing our guide off the current early game meta performance of all the different units, and then discussing about which unit you should go for, where each of these units are used at, and how good each of these units are. So starting off with Elsa. First unit over here, I think Elsa is pretty underpowered. If you haven't built her up yet, there's no rush to commit to her. The only times where you will see her would be with control teams or with iron teams, which I think those teams are better off with other better units. So right now she's pretty underused. So that's for Elsa. I don't recommend it in the current meta in terms of the early game performance, not so good, so can skip. Ludovic, I think is a unit which you should build up because this unit scales pretty well into the late game and accidentally also is one of the most versatile character in the game. So the reason why he's versatile is because Ludovic is used as a healer, and there are times where you see him as a damage dealer, and you definitely run him as an endless Dream Realm damage dealer for the HP percentage damage. And more importantly, right now, Graveborn having some really powerful units like Shamira and Bonnie makes Ludovic a very worthy support to sort of develop to combo with them in the Graveborn team factions itself. So that's for Ludovic. And then next one is Lily May. Lily May is a unit which I think is more relegated to the PvP side with the ultimate cancelling ability, but as a whole package, I think Lily May is still a pretty powerful character. Obviously, I think in terms of priority, she's not the highest right now, but it's still one of the better units you want to toss your seasonal tokens on in case you have the other T0 characters running around. So that's for Lily May. Okay, Mikola right now I think can be used, and I think might be able to see some use for the Primal Lord, but Mikola is a unit that works at 1 copy, which I mentioned multiple times, so no rush to go into her if you haven't yet. And then if there's a use for her, I think 1 copy is enough to get like 80% of her power out in most cases. Just to get the arena, just to get the ultimate off, that's pretty much good enough for Mikola. And then Nara skip, not a good unit. I wanted to speak more about Nara, but there's just nothing to speak about her because she's only used in the Smoky teams for AFK stage push, so we're gonna just take it as that. Tasi is one of the most powerful AFK stage as well as PvP character right now, having the ability to revive, control, and deal massive AoE damage. Still really potent, especially with Bonnie combos, and also like just having very good sustain and very good ability as a whole. Like I think Tasi as a damage dealer in the bossing game modes is pretty bad, but outside of that, she's like pretty much top tier in like the other game modes where she does not excel at. So like I think it's a good unit to go for if you want to have a better performance in the PvP side and want to have an easier time on your AFK stage push. So that's for Tasi. Okay, Dream Realm side right now in terms of the current performance itself, it's Sonya and Sinbad. So that's for the Dream Realm side. But for the next unit, Hodgkin, this unit got an S plus upgrade. This unit is a lot better on the PvP side with the S plus upgrade, but I think right now there isn't really a lot of physical teams yet. So as of the current rating, I think you can definitely try to develop him, but I wouldn't recommend him as a highest priority because there isn't a very consistent and powerful combo that people are running Hodgkin with. I think with more artifacts being unlocked, with the magic charm ability being unlocked, there could be more potential because the S plus upgrade on Hodgkin is actually insanely powerful. So PvP wise, I think this unit can definitely move up as we get more and more of those toys in the season itself. So that's for Hodgkin, but I won't recommend you rush into him. He's like not a top priority, but a good to have right now. So that's for Hodgkin. Sonya is definitely one of the very powerful Dream Realm characters right now. So if you want a buffer, I think any bossing contents where you need a buffer that hyper buffs your carry, you can use Sonya in it, because the raw stat buff that she's able to provide just makes your carry a lot stronger. So I think Sonya is one of the higher priority to go after from this store if you are boss centric, if you are damage chaser, right? You have a damage chaser for rewards itself. So I think Sonya is definitely top priority, because like you can use Sonya with Sinbad, you can use Sonya with any other good carries in the current meta. For the damage side, you can use it with Shamira, you can even use it with Odie, you can use it with Pheromone. So there's just a lot of combos that you can run with Sonya, and Sonya usually solves a lot of the Relentless Rumble team problems because she has AoE, she has buffs, she has sufficient damage, and she's physical. So very, very well-rounded character. Lawson's very niche to PvP. I don't encourage, because there's a lot of good healers in the Wilder side that are better than Lawson in the PvP side, although there are certain niches where Lawson is unique, but it's very, very niche. So yeah, not a priority. So that's for Lawson's evaluation. You go for him unless I mean, you only go for him if you have a need for like a Wilder's burst healer. I think that's the best way to put it for Lawson. Like, he's very niche to that burst healer role, whereas you link one opponent to the another one, and then you have sufficient burst to bring down one of them, and then you get the heal on Lawson, and then he can repeatedly do this chain and heal combo for the team. So that's for Lawson. Skip. Iron Armor's combo. So Armor's, I think, if you haven't built him up yet, get him to M+, so that your Iron Armor's combo can pull through as soon as possible, because this Iron Armor's combo is very, very helpful in terms of the AFK stage push, especially if you're a new account. If you are a developed account, I think Armors don't actually need that much stats. Although, if you want to sort of use your Iron Armor's combo in PvP, you might want to upgrade him to the Paragon tier just to give you more stats. But if you get him to M+, I think it's more than sufficient from this store alone. Because there are other better choices where you want to spend your seasonal token on over him. You can put him in a wishlist. A level is a lot more accessible on a wishlist. So that's for Armors. Lenya... I think Lenya will see some use on and off. Like, this is a good damage dealer. Like, she's obviously not the best in terms of like everything, but like there are game modes where like this unit is insanely good, right? PvP wise, I think she's also okay. If she's able to get an ultimate off, 1v1 your opponent, bring them down, and then you steamroll, I think she's quite strong. But also not a highly recommended first to invest kind of unit. It's more like if you have everything else, I think you can commit to her, but if not, I think you can wait and you build the other units first. Sinbad, definitely one of the better physical damage dealer for the Dream Realm side and the bossing side. So him and Sonya, two of the better Dream Realm characters from this list, other than maybe Ludovic for the Endless Dream Realm as a damage dealer, and maybe... Now, Bonnie's not that much of a Dream Realm. Bonnie's very strong, but it's not a Dream Realm. So yeah, these two, they are the best Dream Realm with Ludovic in the Endless. Mikola as a support for certain teams and certain bosses maybe, but these are the 4 Dream Realm characters. So Sinbad is the best physical carry in terms of what you can get from this store. So yeah, this is a unit you want to go for if you're lacking a physical attacker for your Dream Realm or damage centric contents. Skip. Yeah, there's a lot of better tanks out there. Hugin is actually a lot more flexible. I honestly think Hugin is a big glow up this season, because this unit is usable for AFK stage push, for the really fast shooting. It's also usable for PvP, and last but not least, if you don't have a better buffer, Hugin is actually good enough to be used for the Dream Realm side, because the shield gives you survival, which is a Coco, right, with damage reduction, with control immunity, and additional life from the shield, and also giving you some attack buff. So Hugin is actually quite a good choice as a initial unit to invest in, because it's quite versatile. And then when you build up the other units, you can start using the best units for the respective roles. But you can still use Hugin for the PvP side and the AFK stage side, because he gets the ultimate off really fast. And then if you get him to Supreme Plus, there's this damage reduction, right? There's also control immunity, means your allies cannot be controlled. And these are all very useful traits for the PvP side. So that's for Hugin. Yeah, this is also very, very versatile. This is one of the more versatile support in the pool right now. So that's for Hugin. Bonnie, so I maxed out my Bonnie, so you see Paragon 4. So Bonnie is easily one of the most versatile damage dealer, debuffer, control type of unit that fits into a lot of team. So definitely one of the highest priority in terms of how you want to spend your seasonal tokens. Valka, I think Valka might see some niche use here and there. So it's the same theory as Lenya. I think if you have spare resources, you can commit to her, but I don't think you should be spending on her that much, because for the Graveborn A level side, you have a slot that you can put Valka in. Like that, like A level in the Graveborn side is not as competitive as like A level in Wilders, for example. So Valka can maybe see a slot in your wishlist, and then you can slowly build her up from there. So I don't think you need to spend your coins on her here. Kellen, same thing. Callan is a unit, if you don't have a better tank, I think this is probably the best tank you can get as a mid shield now. So having good synergy with Diamond also means that there could be a potential where you see a lot of Diamond with Callan moving forward. So I don't know how the interaction will work, but it was a recommended team setup for Callan. So we shall see. But right now, I think as of the current meta, I won't encourage you to commit unless you are lacking a good tank. If you don't have a good frontliner, if you just start out of the gate, you want a good frontliner, then you can commit to him as you build up your other units, right? And then you might want to build up your Fresto later, for example. So really depends on your account build up, depends on, you know, whether or not you need a mid shield tank. This is a good option, but he is not the highest priority as a tank to be built. So that's for the Callan side. So that's pretty much it for this seasonal store guide as I break down all the different usage of all the different units in the current meta. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like and subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.